Hello and welcome to Yoga TX. Today I've got a short 15-minute beginner's yin flow for you. All you'll need today is a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you can use a nice big pillow or even a blanket, like a big blanket folded up a bunch, because you'll just want that extra support. If you don't have any of those things, you can still do this practice, and I'll give you options to kind of use your arms as support. But in yin, we really try to kind of let our bodies melt into the poses. This is a shorter class, so we'll be probably holding each pose about 2 to 2.5 minutes each. Yin, you usually hold it longer. We're trying to make it accessible, let you move on with your day, but later. So we're going to start kind of on our backs. We'll use our bolster as support. So you'll turn away from the bolster or pillow or blanket, whatever you've got going on. You're just going to lay your upper body, your torso onto that bolster. And then here, you can let your arms splay out to the sides. You can take any position with the legs that feels good. So that might be, what I'm showing is feet kind of wide, mat width distance, knees knocked together. You can also extend your legs forward, or if you want to take a hip opener, you can bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. So feel free to play with any of those leg variations, and when you find the one that feels the most comfortable to you today, settle into that position. This is a nice heart opening pose we have to start class with. Hopefully you feel supported by whatever prop you're using underneath you. And like I said, if you don't have any props, you're welcome to just lay on your back and find the most comfortable position with arms and legs here. If you're new to the practice of yin, and there's not a ton of breath to movement, we mostly just settle into a pose and then try to let the breath lengthen out over time. Take about 2 more breaths here. And then in whatever way works for you, you'll sit yourself up, so you can either roll off to one side or use your arms underneath you to prop yourself back up. And here I'll stay facing away from the bolster. Let's find a little bit of counter movement. Windshield wipe your knees side to side. I have my feet about mat width distance, so a little bit wider than hips width. And then the next time your knees come over to the right, let them fall there. We'll come into deer pose. Now, a few different ways you can set up the legs. So I'll demo this with staggered feet first. But keep the legs as they are. I'm going to turn and rotate my upper body to face that bolster or that structure behind you. And hands will come on either side. I'll drape my body over that structure. Now, if you want a deeper twist, you can turn your left ear to the mat. So you'll feel that twist in the spine. Now, if this feels like a lot, you can take some strain out of the spine by stacking your knees. So I'll bring my left knee on top of the right, and then I'll resettle. And that'll be less of an intense twist. Now again, if you don't have any props and you want to relax, but the floor just feels so far away, you can bend your elbows. And I like to kind of massage my temples and my forehead with my fingers. So kind of just using my arms as my prop and letting the arms, hands, fingers take the weight of my head. And sometimes as we hold these longer poses, we just start to notice things that we wouldn't normally notice if we were moving more, like in a vinyasa class, or when there's as much talking. So sometimes we start to notice we have an itch, or we start thinking about our to-do list. And all of those things are okay. It's a nice time to just notice our thoughts and what's coming up. All right, 2 more breaths here. Then use your arms to press yourself away from the earth. We'll come back to face away from the structure. Find that windshield wipe of the knees side to side. And next time knees fall to the left, we'll leave them there. And again, you can either have the feet staggered. So that would mean the sole of the left foot kind of meets the right knee. Or you can stack your shins so that your knees and your big toes touch. You'll turn upper body to face the back of your mat or your bolster, your pillow. And then lower forearms, drape your torso. Maybe turn your head in the opposite direction of your knee. And do notice if we want to get the hips stacked here. So it's different. Yeah, regardless of how your legs are, you still want to think about right hip being on top of the left as we take this twist. And if turning away from the knees feels like too much, you can also face in the same direction. You're still getting a nice twist through the lower body. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. And then when you're ready, use your hands to assist pressing yourself up. Let's face away and find that counter movement once more. Windshield wipe the knees side to side. Right, continuing to use that bolster or prop, whatever you have, we'll turn to face it and come into a supported child's pose. I like to widen my knees around whatever that structure is. And then once again, drape the torso over your support. Now, again, if you are propless, you can have a little bit of support by stacking fists or your palms. You can also walk your hands forward because child's pose in itself is very restful and restorative. So you don't necessarily need props to make it more comfortable, but if you have them, feel free to use them. I like to turn one ear to the bolster when using it for child's pose. And if you do have your head turned, I'll give you time so you can turn the other way just to even out the neck stretch. We're not quite there yet. And if you are turned one way, feel free to switch the direction, drop your other ear towards the bolster or towards the floor. Start to press yourself up, away. And I've got one more pose for you, which you are welcome to stay in as long as you need, because this can also be considered your foot Shavasana shape. You'll use that structure, blanket, bolster, pillow, whatever you've got. We'll use it to support our knees. So if you've ever gotten a massage, you know how they like roll up a blanket and put under your knees? I'm noticing just how helpful that is the older I get. So that's what we're gonna do now. Again, if you don't have any props, you're like, I want to feel that. How can I support myself? Come back to this constructive rest position so you can stamp your feet wide, knock your knees to touch, and that'll still allow you to rest. And you're using your legs as your props in that position. And they're just countering the weight of each other. And then here, I like to bring my hands to my belly. It helps to remind me to take those deeper breaths. But also feel free to place them anywhere that's grounding or comforting or out of the way for you today. You can splay them along your sides or bring one hand to your heart. You are welcome to stay here as long as you need, or as long as your time allows you to. If you need to move on with your day, start to maybe wiggle fingers and toes, or rock your head side to side. Just awaken the body back up. And find a good morning stretch. Reach your arms overhead. Take up space. And then use your next exhale to roll to one side. I like to bend my knees in. You can roll onto whichever side is calling to you. Take a moment and pause there on your side. The earth rises up to support you. And then as you're ready, press yourself up into a seat. Sit on my bolster because I have it. And it's supportive. All right, bring your hands somewhere onto your body. Let's seal this practice with one more breath together. Begin to exhale all your air out. And take an inhale, fill up. Breathe into your hands. Take an extra sip in at the top. And sigh it out. Great. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Yoga TX. My name is Crystal. If you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe to our page. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram. My handle is at its_Crystal, CRYST, 5 A's and an L. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much.